Welcome to the podcast Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook, where we will discuss the latest and most relevant business strategies to help you do one thing extremely well: sell more homes. We'll discuss everything from business planning to lead generation and conversion to past client customer service and everything in between. Join us for authentic conversations and nuts and bolts takeaways you can implement into your business today. And now, Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook. And we have Kelly with us today, and the highly anticipated episode of the year. I think it's a same topic that we talk about every year right around this time, and I know you've all been waiting for it. So we're just going to jump into it right now, and that is business planning. We are at the end of 2025 already, so we got to start planning for next year. Anything that you do now is going to affect, what's going into 2026, and you better have a good plan, right? We talk a lot about, how you need to structure your day, week, month, everything to win the year. So that starts now. Talking about how to win 2026, you got to start planning for it now, and it starts with the day, really the morning. But yeah, Kelly, let's get into it. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. This is tactical, right? So don't turn that dial, right? Do not leave, guys.
Not pure motivation. It is things you need to put into place.
Seriously, guys, this is how you make your business predictable. If I were to ask you right now, who here listening to this podcast would like to know exactly what their income is going to be in 2026? I mean, you can hear a pin drop, right? Honestly, I don't know that anybody sitting in a room or in their office by themselves, or wherever they're listening to this, out, on a jog, would not raise their hand truthfully and say, yeah, no, I don't want that. I think everybody would like that. Even the salespeople who love, the salespeople who love, I was going to say that, roller coasters. Some people love the thrill, right? And that's cool. But if you love the thrill, you still, to an extent, want to know what you can expect for income in the following year, in any year for that matter. So this is what does it, guys. And I know we do one business planning podcast that always has a little bit of a flair to it every single year. We try to add a little something to it. And I know a lot of people don't watch it. They skip over this, right? So hopefully you're going to watch it, because the title of this podcast is not going to be business planning, because otherwise y'all skip, but it's foundational. And it's something that everyone should be doing. So let's jump into this, right? Because this is very tactical. In 5 minutes, you're going to have your whole business plan ready to write, so that you can know exactly what to do to make your business predictable or your income at least, in 2026. So here we go. Now, first, okay, step one, you have to come up with your number that you want to earn. Okay, what is it you want to earn? Now, I developed a spreadsheet actually that has fillable fields with everything we're going to talk about today. I have a spreadsheet that you can plug and play your assumptions and your income goal, and it will give you exactly what you have to do every single day. Yes, day. And you design it how you want to in order to get the income goal that you desire. All right. So number one, what's your income goal? You got to think about what that is. And what we do on this, guys, everyone's with a brokerage. Okay, if you're an agent, you have to be the brokerage. It's not optional. Now, maybe you're the brokerage owner, or maybe you're on a team, own a team, but you're with a brokerage regardless. Okay, you're hanging your license. So what you do, if your income goal is, $120,000, and your cap, let's say at your brokerage, is $12,000, then what you do is you simply just add that 12 on top of the 120. So your total goal would actually be 132, just to keep it simple. Now, there's some brokerages out there that will pay you back in forms of stock and revenue share potentially, right? So that you don't have to worry about all that extra stuff that's going down the pike. But that's for a conversation another day, another time. Okay. For right now, we're going to talk about just sure you have the numbers so you can get this done. Okay. So here we go. We are going to put our income goal in. And then the second thing we're going to do is we're going to make some assumptions. And the assumptions are going to be these things: your average price point. What is that? Your average commission. What is that? Your average team split, if you're on one. Okay, now if you're an individual agent by yourself, then it's just going to be your brokerage split. But again, you don't have to factor a brokerage split in if you're in a brokerage with a capping model. because you're going to hit your cap. I know it, right? You're going to buckle down.
Especially
You're
if
going to make
you're
sure you hit
doing
that
this,
cap.
you got this much forward thinking,
That's it.
you're gonna hit it.
That's it. The fly by night people are the ones who may not be hitting it. So if you have a cap, it's easy. You don't need to worry about a brokerage split when it comes to the assumptions. But if you're on a team, you do need to worry about and factor in the split of your team on average. Now, here's a great thing. The great thing, guys, is that if you already have a year, just 1 year of business under your belt, you should know your averages, your conversion rates, your average price point. No longer do you have to guess. Here's the deal. Don't put down your average price point as $1 million if you look back at all your sales you had in 2025 and they averaged $290,000. Okay.
These numbers
no
are not
shame.
the ones to be aspirational on. We want to make it,
Correct.
make it real.
Bingo. There's no shame in your game. I don't care if it's $190,000 because you live in a market that has those types of homes. It doesn't matter. Okay. But be realistic with what it actually is. You can strive and have that stretch goal to try to hit a higher number. Cool. But unless you have specific tactics as to how you're going to attack that to increase your purchase price, don't count on it. And just being real with you, right? Because you want to hit these goals. Now, here's a great thing about getting older. If you're getting older, like yours truly right here, the price point is naturally just going to rise a little bit. That's how it works. So that's the one good thing about getting older is that if you're in real estate, congratulations. You will have a leg up when it comes to that.
Is that primarily because your sphere is also older and
Bingo.
Generally you move up a little bit in price points as you age?
2 reasons. What you just said right there. And number 2, a lot of times people, they equate age with wisdom. And we all know that's not necessarily the case, but that's what they do, right? And so the perception. So you walk, say you're sitting in an open house and you're 50 years old, and the guy down the street is next door to you, actually, he's sitting in an open house and he's 22. Even the guy 22 might be a hustler and maybe sold, I don't know, 30 homes last year in his rookie year as a 21-year-old. And the guy's 50, just got his license yesterday, but he dresses correctly. He has life experience, right? And he can talk decently. People are going to go with that guy who's 50 probably 9 times out of 10, unless they can get into deep conversations and realize there's maybe more value with the younger person, right? So that's just a sidebar, but make those assumptions correct based upon what you actually did the year prior if you have that data. If you don't have the data, then your team lead, or maybe your managing broker, should have some averages to help you out with for your area. Like we have all those averages down. So if someone's brand new, we're going to plug you in with these conversion rates at these numbers. Boom, here you go. Okay. So make those averages. This will give you an average net check. Now the average net check is $6,840 if you have an average price point of $500,000, if you have an average commission of 2.4%, and if your average team split is 57%, as an example. Okay. Those numbers will all change based on the assumptions you put in. But if your average net check is $6,840 in this example, then we're going to work backwards through 7 metrics to see what you have to do on a daily basis to win the day and therefore achieve your goal. In this example of $100,000 with a $4,000 brokerage cap. Yes, that's true. At the brokerage we're at, Real Broker, that is a possibility based upon being a team that sells a lot of real estate, right? So 104 is our number. Now, if you take this template, I'm looking over here on my other screen, you can see that you will, I'm not showing you guys, but if you guys DM me at the end of the show, I'll maybe share this Google Doc with you. How about that? We'll hook you up, right? Just plug and play, baby. And now you can be on your way to, therefore, obviously getting your business plan right for next year. Okay, so you have that. Now you're going to work backwards. And the next thing you're going to do after you know your goal, 104, you now are going to go down and figure out what is your net check going to be. Okay. Now we know based upon that, you need a certain number of closings. In this example, okay, what we did is we said, you know what, we want to work 48 weeks out of the year. So we are factoring in now 4 weeks off for sickness, maybe vacation. But think about that. How awesome is that? And relieving, you can say, man, if I go down with the flu, I don't have to worry about going into work and get caught up because I factored this in. So I can design the life I want, the business life I want. That's pretty cool. I can go to Disneyland with my kids, not worry about how many contacts I made because I can be present because I factored in the fact of 4 weeks off. Yep. Okay, that's really cool. How many days a week do you want to work? Do you want to work 6, 5, 4, maybe 3, maybe? Okay, but just know that that's what you're going to design you better hustle on those days, right? You better be working hard.
Those
It's like
goal
like a
numbers are going to
nurse.
be a lot higher. Yeah.
Bingo. Like a nurse that works 4 days a week. Well, yes, but they are working long shifts, right?
Yeah.
12 hours or whatever, right? So this is not planet Mars. This is planet Earth, and we have to, be realistic with what we want to do here, right? So in this example, if you're going to do 48 weeks out of the year, 5 days a week, then you're looking at 240 working days out of the year that you will be working. All right. Now, with that being said, it will then tell you how or what your daily number is so that you can win your day to then achieve that goal based upon these assumptions. Here's what I mean. Let's go to the top and start going down. Okay. Number one, how many contacts will you have to make? Okay. Then it goes to opportunities. Then it goes to appointments set, appointments held, listings converted. That's buyer and seller listings, both. Okay. Buyer broker signed, ERs or listing agreements signed, listings converted. Okay. Then the number of closings. And then, of course, your income. And there you have it. Now, if we are working that way, okay, the conversion ratio that we like to use from contacts to opportunities, opportunity that we define is anyone who gives you permission to follow up in the future. Maybe he's not ready to buy right now or sell. Permission to follow up in the future and not working with a go-to real estate agent of their choice. Okay. You should be 15%. So if you speak to 100 contacts about real estate, it could be one sentence, two sentences, doesn't matter. But you talk about real estate and they go, screw you, hang up. That is a contact. If you don't mention real estate, you say, yeah, I'm Kelly, and I love the, I don't know, are you surprised the LA Dodgers won the World Series? Oh my goodness, what do you think? Oh, I'm a Dodgers fan. And all of a sudden they go, gotta go, and they hang up on you. That's not a contact because you didn't mention real estate. It's kind of an absurd example, but you get the point.
Yeah.
But if you talk about real estate to 100 people, you should have 15 people that should say, sure, permission to follow up in the future. Send me your item of value you're talking about, might be helpful to me, like maybe a market snapshot of my neighborhood, that sort of thing. Okay. 15%. Okay. That's not hard to do. It really isn't, especially if you have certain scripting like the gold brick that we use to try to extract and not waste those conversations. Now, from opportunities to appointment set, you should be at 13%. So 13% of your opportunities that you collect in your database should then agree to a time to meet with you. Okay. Now, after the appointment set, you go to appointment held. Okay. These are the ones that you actually conduct. 30% of those will cancel on you, we're going to say. So 70% you will hold. You have to allow for some sort of cancellation margin in there, otherwise your numbers will be skewed. Now, from appointments held, you need a certain number of listings converted. Now, we say you should be at least around 60%. Meet with 10 people about buying or selling real estate and helping them. 60% of them, 6 should say, sure, I'm going with you. Okay. Now, out of the ones that you convert to a signed agreement, you should have so many closings. And those closings, out of all those signed conversions you have, listings and buyers alike, you should have, on average, 72.5% of those close escrow. And therefore, you get a paycheck. And that totals up to be your income for the year. So in this example we just gave, drum roll please, the daily number. Christmas vacation, right?
Yeah, that's what went through my head.
The daily number for this person is 1.6. Now you can't have that. So you have to always round up.
You got to round up.
Is 2. So this person, honestly, think about this, Elizabeth. This agent knows going into 2026, which starts December 1st, by the way, because you need that 30 days to close things in January. Okay. And right now we're early November, so you have plenty of time to really get this locked in. This person knows that if they work 5 days a week for the entire year, take 4 weeks off, every single day they work those 5 days, before they put their head in the pillow at night and go to sleep, if they just got two people to agree to follow up with them in the future, that we're talking people that didn't even say, yes, I want to buy a house or sell a house right now. Just permission to follow up and send me that item of value, whatever it is. 2 a day, every day, 5 days a week, 48 weeks out of the year, you will make $104,000. Assuming your average price point is $500,000, your average commission is 2.4%, and your average split with your team is 57%. That's pretty cool.
That's very manageable when you break it down that way.
And so what we're doing is every single day, we're trying to create a culture now in our office where we have this hashtag word called horizility, right? I came up with a long time ago, which is kind of a cool word, horizontal accountability, right? Because it's not a top-down organization that we have. And we're trying to get people in the office to talk to each other and ask them the question before they leave for the day. I don't care if it's at 11 a.m. or 4 p.m. Doesn't matter. When they leave for the day, real quick question. This isn't a manager or me or whatever talk. This is just their peer saying, "Hey, buddy, did you win your day?" And that will get that person while they're packing stuff up and ready to leave to think, "Oh crap, I didn't." But I'm gonna go home and finish that extra one I got to get. Yeah, good luck with that. Probably won't. Okay, but if you do, kudos to you because that's what it takes. And then what people don't realize, if they only get one for the day, not two, then it snowballs.
Yeah.
And now you have an issue at hand. So you got to make up and get three the next day, not two anymore. So this is business plan
And that,
101, guys.
just compounds over time.
It compounds.
A couple of days
not
of
a good
that.
way.
Yep. Yeah. Not a good compound.
Well, I'll just use my 1 week vacation. Okay, so now you're telling me you're not gonna get sick at all, or you're not gonna get the flu, or you're not gonna go to, you're not gonna go somewhere with your kids or whatever, right? I mean, come on, you should take a vacation. That should be planned into your business plan, right? To sit there and say, we can't afford it. No, I don't care if you go to a park where it's free, right? You should go on vacation, right? Take some time off.
Yeah.
So that's
kind
of extreme, but
what you just shared is a really good way. I think, especially the past couple of years, the market has been a little unpredictable, right? Like nobody knows for sure what is going to happen in 2026. If interest rates are going to go down and it's going to affect it. We have some predictions and things like that, but nobody knows for sure what the market is going to be like, right? But that kind of it makes it irrelevant. This plan makes what the market volatility is going to be irrelevant because you have a predictable plan, right? So you can still hit that goal. It might be a little bit harder in some markets, might be a little bit easier in some markets. You might win the day earlier in some different markets, but this helps to make it a predictable income for yourself. Like we kind of started this with, who wants to know what their income is going to be? We all yearn for some predictability, and this is a great way to do that, even in an unpredictable market.
Yeah, and if I take my template here and I go, hey, I want to make 204, not 104. I just go 204, boom, put it in the cell, hit the enter button, all the numbers transpose, okay, and now my number goes to 3.2 a day, which you have to round up to be conservative. So now you're at four a day.
Yeah, which still is manageable. Like that's it really breaks it down for you so that it's in manageable little day by day, right? Instead of looking at the goal for the whole year. It's very day by day. And that spreadsheet seems extremely, extremely helpful, that kind of template that you have there, Kelly. So if anybody is interested in reaching out to you to learn more about that, maybe get a copy for themselves or kind of figure out how you put that together, where can they reach you?
Yeah, at Instagram, Kelly Cook Homes. Hit me up at Kelly Cook Homes. Give me a follow. Shoot me a DM, and I'll get this right over to you.
All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Get this done. Call Kelly, or figure it out yourself, whatever. Break it down. Do it now so that you have a really good start to January 2026, and you know exactly what you're going to make next year at the end of the year.
Love it.
Thanks, Kelly.
You got this, guys. Thanks, Elizabeth.